Inside Unmanned Systems, live from Xponential 24, San Diego, here with Shawn from Hitec. And could you just introduce yourself and talk about maybe how long you've been coming to this show for?
Okay. So my name is Shawn Spiker. I'm the sales director for Hitec USA. This is probably my 13th or 14th show.
Oh, wow. That's one of the higher numbers I've heard.
I remember my first time I ever went to AUVSI Xponential was back in DC, and it was there for a couple years. But I've seen the show evolve. It's pretty amazing. This has been a great turnout. The hall is filled. The aisles are busy. So all the things you want to see in a industry trade show. You want to be talking to people nonstop. And so far it's been that. The day, yesterday went by so fast. Yes. It was like, wow, it's already 5:30 and they turned the lights out on me. So it's wonderful to be here, and also San Diego is where Hitec USA is located.
Fantastic.
So being able to get into trade show mode, but I'm sleeping in my own bed.
Yeah, wow.
My own shower. It's a little bit different and a little bit surreal the first time. It's like, oh, I'm looking for my trade show clothes. Oh, here they are. I'm not reaching in a suitcase. So it's been great. This is a great hall. It's a great place. I love San Diego. So I'm really excited, and Hitec overall is really excited that the show is here. It's in our hometown. So just glad to be here, and glad everybody else is attending the show.
Excellent, excellent. So could you tell us a little bit more about Hitec and some of the product sets that you are interested in sharing with us all here at the show?
Absolutely. So Hitec, primarily we're a servo company. We are the biggest servo company in the world. We've been around 51 years now.
Wow.
So we've made millions upon millions of servos. This industry, the unmanned industry, is one of our bigger markets. So we make a lot of the servos and actuation systems for many of the vehicles that are on the show floor. So many of our customers are here, so it's great getting to talk to our customers, getting to meet face to face the people we're normally just emailing or phone calls with. So that part of it. So we're continuing to develop servos specific to this market. There's been a heavier emphasis on defense, as everybody can tell. So as one of the few servo manufacturers that isn't made in China, Hitec has a huge advantage. So Hitec, we make all our servos either in Korea or the Philippines. We own our own factories. We control every bit of the manufacturing, the engineering. We make our own boards. We're the ones making the cases and the plastics and the gears. So a lot of the requirements that especially the defense companies have to source a product, Hitec fits that right out of the gate. So, we're ISO 14001, ISO 9001. We have a lot of the companies here have recently visited our factory floors, done their inspections, and so they're ready to go, and we're building the product they want. And a lot of times we're taking an existing product and making a slight modification or tweak or requirement change for them. Could be a different connector, could be a different cabling. So, that's what we're here for. That's why we're talking to our customers. That's why we come to these trade shows, is get to talk to our customer face to face, find out the exact requirement, work on those relationships, and that's what business is about. And we love creating a great product, and we love working with these other companies here.
Fantastic. So maybe for some viewers that may be less familiar with some of the technical integrations, how servos, actuators integrate with unmanned systems broadly, could you just give kind of the overview of that?
That's a great question. So, a servo is going to be essentially a geared motor that is going to be a precision. It's going to go to a certain location that's being told to. So in this application in the unmanned systems, the servo's talking to the autopilot, and the autopilot is telling it, okay, I need you to move this aileron, this rudder to this position, and that's being refreshed. It could be 10 times a second, or even more. But what we've also done for this industry largely is make servos that speak different protocols, and protocols that provide feedback. So the autopilot knows what position the servo is in. It knows what temperature the servo is operating at. It knows how much force that the servo is using to get to the position it's being commanded to go to. So these are all integral components to the airplane staying in the air and to going to where it needs to go and to doing the things that it needs to do to complete its mission, to complete its role, to get to the target and get back to the target. It's the same with delivery drone systems.
Okay.
So it's a little bit agnostic of what the servo's in, but at the end of the day, the servo's doing the same job. It's putting something in a position it's being commanded to go to, and holding that position or reliably making sure that position is repeatable over time.
Excellent. Yeah, so it sounds like that is a key, enabler of autonomy. I mean, theme of the show is autonomy.
Absolutely.
Our most recent issue, autonomy.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe could you talk a little bit about how your products help enable autonomy?
Sure. Well, I mean, for an autopilot to get a vehicle to a certain position, it's got to have complete command of not only propulsion but control. So it's got to know the direction. It's got to be able to react to the wind. It's got to be able to eventually, stay in the air and be stable and get there efficiently. And that becomes the work of the servos, keeping the airplane pointed in the right direction and staying at the altitude they need to stay at. So the autopilot must rely on those components to make the airplane fly.
Right. So it's the kind of mechanical architecture that helps all of this
Yep.
works. Well, that was very interesting. Anything else that you would like to close with?
If you have the chance to attend a AUVSI Xponential, I'd like to invite anyone out there, come see the show. There's a lot of exciting companies here, a lot of exciting booths, some amazing product and amazing technology, and every year it just keeps getting better and better. So drones have changed the world, and that's not just the multi-rotors, that's the fixed wing, and there's also a ground component too. There's rovers, so we're heavily involved in that industry. Also unmanned underwater vehicles too.
Yes. I was checking out some of the UUV demonstrations. It's just incredible stuff.
We make some waterproof and are getting into some pressure compensated servos also. We've got a few servos now that can be compensated so they can go further depths, but we have IP67 and 6.8 servos for underwater applications. The sky and the ocean is the limit. So it's pretty amazing.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We'll leave it there.
Thank you.